to another episode of Across the Drape, where real-life anesthesiologists give real insight into life and private practice. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome Dr. Kerryn Rock. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so you serve in multiple leadership roles. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're on our board. You're chief of anesthesia at a facility. I mean, the list goes on. You're a mom. You're a partner. A superhero. Did I miss anything?
I think that covers everything.
Okay. So I need to know, just personally, how do you do it? And why? Why do you do it? Why is leadership so important to you as a female physician?
So I can tell you, I've been called bossy growing up. I am the second oldest of 5 kids. My mom told me as soon as I was talking, I was giving orders. So I think it's inherent in me. Honestly, I have to tone down the bossiness sometimes. Yeah. But for me, to be part of something and to have a say in something is very valuable.
Yeah.
And I think the only way to affect change is actually to be part of it. And I feel like I've surrounded myself by people that have supported that and helped me develop my skills. And I think I've become a better leader as I've gotten older.
No, I think that's great. I mean, I was thinking about this, and I mean, leadership comes long before titles do. But at some point, you had to decide, I want to be a physician leader in my group. So what was that like for you? And also, I'd like to know, what advice do you have for other residents, male or female, that kind of have that leadership bug already? How would you encourage them to go ahead and get in that leadership mindset early?
I think having really valuable mentors has been a big part of the process, and being involved. So I think every opportunity that was presented to me, no matter how small it was, I said, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to try to do it the best that I can do it, see how much I can learn. And I think, once you start doing those and mastering those, you just gradually want to go on to the next thing. I'm also a person that asks a lot of questions. So I think once you start asking lots of questions, people give you stuff to do. So I think it's starting from day one, being involved, being present, no matter how small it is, because that's just a building block for what's going to be in the future.
I think that's such a good point, because sometimes people get wrapped up in, I have to achieve something big, especially someone with the mindset of, I'm going to be a doctor. I mean, you kind of go big or go home, but I love that you touch on that, because the little wins are so important, and they really kind of give you those foundational building blocks to be the leader that you
and you have to learn about the practice. So coming out of residency, private practice is very different. It's a very, very different world. Yeah. And it can be overwhelming. But again, if you start small and learn about as many things as you can, as many committees as you're on, and you master that, it's just normal that you'll want to learn more and move to the next step. Yeah. So I think if you aim really high from the beginning, you're going to fail, because you're going to be disappointed. You're not going to be ready to do that task at the time, because you just don't have enough knowledge in the private practice world. And you still have to transition from being a resident as well.
So you're saying be humble even if you want to be ambitious?
Absolutely. I mean, I think I'm pretty humble. I think that, I don't know. I mean, most anesthesiologists are. You don't go into anesthesia because you have a big ego and you want somebody to, like, oh, you did such a great job. Yeah. It's not going to be us. I mean, most of our patients don't remember or know us because we gave them really good medication. And if everything goes well, they never see us again, Whereas we're not going to be the hero. So most of us are not looking for that pat on the back anyway. Yeah. It's more of the internal satisfaction. Mm-hmm. And that's what drives me, is just doing a good job. I try to be a good role model for others. I try to inspire others to, kind of do the right thing. And being ambitious, I think that's part of that,
Absolutely. And you have, 4 kids, correct?
Yes.
And 2 of them are in college, is that right?
My oldest is in law school and my second is in college.
Oh, law school, no big deal. No big deal. Do you feel like you being a leader in private practice has instilled kind of that drive in them to be a leader?
Definitely. I can tell you, my girls, I have 2 girls and 2 boys. My girls were very tough on me when they were younger and kind of questioning why I wasn't home. And I had to explain what I was doing. Right. But it's really been full circle, because they were like, I want to be a girl boss like you. And that just really, really warms my heart that I have been a good role model for them, and they get it. And they know, I mean, I've been very much a part of their life as well.
Yeah.
But I think the work ethic that my husband and I have both exemplified has been very impactful in their lives. So it is a full circle moment. And I think as a mom, you can have a lot of mom guilt.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I think that being a working mom and being a very present mom, because I feel like when I'm home, I'm very present, is probably the best thing that you can do for your kids.
I think that's great advice. But I do want to know, I mean, you have to balance so much. So what does reset look like for you when you need to recharge your battery and get prepared to either be a mom, be a physician, be a leader, or all the things on the same day? How do you reset yourself?
I am a very scheduled person. I probably adhere to a schedule more than I should, but I don't like when things are unscheduled, aside from a vacation. When I go on vacation, I don't want anything scheduled or planned. But otherwise, my husband and I are very scheduled. We have an Apple calendar that we share. And I mean, I have workouts penciled in. So, I mean, it's definitely a team effort. And as my older kids got older, they helped out with the younger. So, I mean, it is, you're on Team Rock. I mean, you are all in. And then we even have friends and neighbors involved too. So
that structure for you actually helps give you those moments to reset and recharge.
Yes.
And if we threw something at you, you would feel chaotic. And
I mean, I can try to make it work, but I really try to plan out. Yeah. I mean, we plan vacations a year ahead. I mean, I am not a last minute person.
It's my worst nightmare. I just have to tell you, it is my worst nightmare. If you told me that I had to plan everything out a year in advance, I would probably hyperventilate. Yeah. So but everybody's different, right?
No, and that's me. I never cram for exams. I always did things every day. I mean, I'm just not a last minute person. I don't do well in that setting. I get so stressed out, nothing would get done.
So really quick, I do want to address like the elephant in the room that you are a female leader in a male-dominated field. Have you felt any struggle in doing that, or do you feel like, at least here, that it's been very easy to have a voice?
I think it's been very easy. I could tell even when I interviewed for Metro, even though at the time there were only, I think, 3 females in the group, I could tell that the vibe and just the environment here was very, very friendly towards physicians, towards moms. And I think working moms are some of your most hardworking people because they want to do their job. They want to get everything done so they can get home and be with their family. So we're usually very efficient people.
Living on a schedule.
Very reliable people. We are going to be there on time. We are going to show up. So I think that the opportunity was there for Metro, but I think every female we've hired has reinforced that what a good asset our female doctors are to our group. So I think that over time we've gotten more females, and I think that's reinforced. And then there's just, in general, medicine, there are a lot more women in medicine. Even across the drape, a lot of our surgeon colleagues are women. Sometimes I'm in an operating room that is literally all females.
Doesn't that feel good?
It feels great. Yeah. And sometimes the patients, especially if it's a female patient going for a mastectomy, they are like, this is amazing. Yeah. We have an all-girl team. Yeah. So it's nice to hear that patients recognize it and feel the love and support as well.
Absolutely. Well, I think last question I have for you, if there are residents watching that maybe they're CA2, CA3, whatnot, and they kind of have that yearning inside that one day they want to be in a private practice that allows them to have a seat at the table and be a physician leader, what can they do? What are some small steps that they can take?
So I think beginning in residency, there are so many opportunities that are presented, and you may think, I don't really have the time, or maybe I don't want to do that. I would say do it. Okay. It's going to be a learning experience. You're going to meet other people. If you can go to events that are within your state society, if you can go to the national society and you can make connections, small connections, I think those go a long way. Once you get into practice, make sure you join a group that, if it is private practice, try to get one that's privately owned, because I think the value in Metro is that when you become a leader in this group, you actually have a say. I mean, it is our group at the end of the day, and you can really affect the most change. I think that we don't have to answer to anybody else. It's physicians making the decisions. So, and I do think starting small, no matter how small it is, or knowing what your niche is, knowing what your value is. Think of what you like to do or what motivates you and what you can bring to the group. Because I think we've gotten some amazing opportunities in our group for that to flourish, because there's always something that we could do a little bit better.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, thank you so much for chatting with me today.
My pleasure.
You are an incredible person, incredible physician, and such an inspiration to all women.
You.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Across the Drape. Until next time, count back from 100.